Have you ever stopped to question the voice inside your head? The one that narrates, analyzes, criticizes, and even dreams? It's always there, a constant companion. But is it truly you? Or could it be something else entirely? Something keeping you from the peace and clarity you've been seeking? Life in the modern world moves fast, relentlessly demanding your attention at every turn. You feel the weight of expectations, the pressure to achieve, the endless chatter of your own mind pulling you in a dozen directions at once. Yet, somewhere deep inside, there's a part of you yearning for stillness, for freedom, a quiet corner of existence untouched by the chaos. This is your invitation to find it. Imagine discovering a space within yourself so expansive, so profoundly quiet, that all the noise of life fades into the background. A place where you're no longer tangled in overthinking, no longer shackled by doubts and worries. This journey is about uncovering that space and stepping into the sanctuary of your true self. But here's the truth. This isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering something ancient within you. It's about learning to listen differently, to meet the inner voice that has guided you for so long with curiosity instead of resistance. Through this exploration, you'll discover that peace isn't something to be chased. In this video, we will unravel the mystery of this voice, challenge the illusions it creates, and uncover the profound silence that exists beyond it. This is not just a lesson, it's a journey. And at the end of it, you will walk away not only with new insights, but with a renewed sense of clarity and connection to life itself. Take a deep breath. This is your first step toward freedom. The voice inside your head has been your constant companion for as long as you can remember. It narrates your experiences, offers commentary, and often takes the liberty of predicting your future. It is so persistent, so convincing, that you've likely assumed it is you. After all, who else could it be? But let me pose a question. If you can hear this voice, if you can step back and observe its chatter, then who is the one doing the listening? This question is not meant to confuse, but to illuminate. The inner voice, the constant stream of thoughts and judgments, is not your essence. It's a tool, a narrator, a habit of the mind. You, the silent observer, exist beyond it, untouched and unshaken by its turbulence. This realization is the beginning of freedom. Think of your inner voice as a radio station, endlessly broadcasting. Sometimes the music is uplifting. Sometimes the static is unbearable. The mistake we often make is believing we are the radio, that we are the signal. But in truth, we are the one holding the dial, with the power to tune in or tune out. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast lake. The surface is restless, rippling with every breeze, reflecting the sky in broken fragments. This surface is your inner voice, ever-changing, reactive, rarely still. Now dive beneath the surface. Feel the water grow calm, cool, and steady. Here, the noise fades, and all that remains is the quiet depth. This is the space of the observer, the essence of who you truly are. Recognizing the voice as separate from yourself can feel strange at first. It's like meeting a roommate you didn't realize you had, one who's been living rent-free in your mind. But this separation is vital, for it allows you to see the voice for what it is, a collection of thoughts, stories, and patterns, none of which define you. As we journey deeper, we'll explore what happens when you stop identifying with the chatter. For now, take a moment to reflect. What has your inner voice been telling you today? And who is the one listening? If there's one thing most of us crave, it's control. Control over our days, our relationships, our futures. We grasp at it like a lifeline, convinced that if we can just manage every detail, life will finally feel safe. But this desire, this illusion of control, is like holding water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. Consider how much time you spend planning, predicting, and worrying. Each thought is an attempt to shape the future or make sense of the past. Yet, life often unfolds on its own terms, disregarding our carefully laid plans. This disconnect between expectation and reality fuels frustration, anxiety, and even despair. What if the very act of trying to control life is what creates so much of your suffering? Imagine standing in a river trying to push the current upstream. It's exhausting, isn't it? But what if instead you let go? What if you allowed yourself to flow with the river, trusting it to carry you where you need to go? Letting go of control doesn't mean apathy or resignation. It means shifting from resistance to trust, trusting that life has its own rhythm, its own intelligence. Think of a tree bending in the wind. It doesn't fight the gusts. It moves with them, rooted yet flexible. This is the essence of surrender, being grounded in the present while allowing life to move through you. When you stop trying to control everything, you create space for ease and clarity. You begin to see life as it is, not as you fear it might be. And in that space, something magical happens. Peace arises, not from certainty, but from acceptance. Take a moment to reflect. Where in your life are you gripping too tightly? What might shift if you simply let go and trusted the flow? The present moment. It's always here, waiting quietly beneath the noise of your thoughts. Yet how often do you truly live in it? Most of us spend our days lost in the past or racing toward the future, missing the only moment that's real. Now, think of the present moment as a sanctuary, a place you can retreat to no matter what's happening around you. It doesn't judge or demand, it simply is. But connecting with this refuge requires a shift in awareness, a willingness to let go of the mental chatter that pulls you away. Imagine you're holding a snow globe. When shaken, the flakes swirl chaotically, obscuring the scene within. This is your mind when consumed by thoughts of the past and future. But set the globe down. Watch as the flakes slowly settle, revealing the clarity beneath. This stillness is what awaits you in the present moment. Step into the now. Start small. Close your eyes and take a single breath. Feel the air enter your nostrils, fill your lungs, then leave your body. That breath is real. It's happening now. Notice the sensations in your hands, the sounds around you, the weight of your body where it rests. These simple acts of attention anchor you to the present. Presence dissolves worries because worry cannot exist without time. Anxiety feeds on the future. Regret thrives on the past. But here, in this moment, neither can reach you. The present is a refuge, not because it erases challenges, but because it gives you the clarity and strength to face them. Consider the story of a gardener who spent years searching for a rare flower, traveling to distant lands and enduring countless hardships. One day, exhausted, he sat in his own garden and noticed a bloom he'd never seen before. It was the flower he'd been seeking, growing quietly all along. The present moment is like that, a treasure hiding in plain sight. Pause now and try this. Take 3 deep breaths, paying attention to each one fully. What do you notice? How does it feel to simply be? The constant chatter of the mind can feel like a storm, relentless, chaotic, and draining. These thoughts, ranging from trivial worries to deeply ingrained fears, can dominate your days and leave you feeling scattered. But what if you could step outside of the storm? What if you could find a quiet space, even while the winds of your thoughts continue to blow? The first step in quieting mental noise is to become aware of it. Most of the time, we're so entangled in our thoughts that we don't even notice they're there. Start by observing your mind. Sit quietly for a few moments and listen to the flow of your thoughts as though you were listening to someone else speak. Notice the patterns, the themes, and the tone of the chatter. Are your thoughts kind, critical, fearful? This simple act of observation creates a gap between you and your thoughts. In this gap, you'll begin to see that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of them. This shift is powerful because it allows you to respond to your thoughts instead of reacting to them automatically. Once you've cultivated awareness, practice redirecting your attention. Think of your mind as a restless puppy darting from one thing to the next. Instead of scolding the puppy, gently guide it back to where you want it to be. You might focus on your breath, a calming phrase, or a soothing image. Each time your mind wanders, bring it back, patiently and without judgment. Another tool for silencing mental noise is mindfulness. Engage fully with the present moment by tuning into your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel right now? The more you anchor yourself in sensory experience, the less room there is for the chatter to take over. That it's also helpful to create space in your life for silence. Turn off the TV, put down your phone, and simply sit with yourself. At first, this silence might feel uncomfortable because you're not used to it. But over time, you'll come to cherish these moments of stillness as a refuge from the noise. As you quiet your mind, you'll notice something remarkable. A profound clarity begins to emerge. Decisions become easier, worries lose their grip, and in the silence, you'll discover a deep well of peace and wisdom that's been within you all along. Pause and reflect. What steps can you take today to create more silence in your life? How might that silence transform the way you feel? In the silence between your thoughts, a truth begins to emerge. It's subtle at first, like a whisper on the wind, but as you spend more time in this stillness, you begin to sense its depth. This is the essence of who you are, the silent observer, the presence behind the noise. For so long, your identity has been entangled with the voice in your head. Its stories, judgments, and fears have shaped your view of yourself and the world. But as you step back, you see these thoughts for what they are: fleeting, impermanent, and ultimately separate from you. And in their absence, what remains is something timeless. Rediscovering your true self is not about becoming someone different. It's about peeling back the layers of thought, expectation, and conditioning to reveal the purity of your being. Imagine a clear blue sky, often hidden by clouds. The sky itself never changes. It's always there, vast and infinite. You are the sky. Your thoughts are the clouds. Living from this understanding transforms the way you experience life. Challenges no longer feel as overwhelming because you know they don't define you. Successes and failures lose their grip because you see them as temporary waves on the surface of your being. From this space, you can meet life with openness, curiosity, and grace. But this journey is ongoing. There will be days when the clouds seem thick, when the voice of the mind grows louder. These moments are not setbacks, but opportunities to deepen your practice. Each time you return to the present, each time you step into the role of the observer, you strengthen your connection to your true self. Take a moment now to reflect. How might your life change if you lived from this deeper sense of self? What would it feel like to navigate the world with clarity, peace, and purpose? Every journey must come to an end, but the beauty of this one is that it leads you back to where you started, yourself. Yet, you are not the same. With every step, you've peeled back the layers of thought and discovered the stillness within, a silence that is not emptiness but fullness, brimming with clarity and peace. The freedom you found lies not in controlling your thoughts, nor in silencing them completely, but in discovering the space between them. This is the place where life unfolds naturally, where joy arises without effort, and where your true self resides. It is a place of acceptance, not resistance, where you are no longer at war with your mind, but at peace with it. As you go forward, remember that this practice is not a destination, but a way of being. Life will continue to challenge you. Thoughts will return, and the voice inside may grow loud again. But now, you have the tools to meet these moments with grace. You know that you are not the voice, but the observer, not the storm, but the calm beneath it. Take this understanding into your days. When worries arise, step back and observe. When doubt creeps in, return to the present. And when life feels overwhelming, trust the flow, knowing that you are always grounded in the stillness within. This journey is yours to continue, and its rewards are endless. Each moment you choose presence over distraction, silence over noise, you deepen your connection to the freedom that has always been within you. So take a deep breath, and with it, take this reminder: you are not your thoughts. You are the space between them. Thank you for walking this path. If this content resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to continue exploring insights on mindfulness, peace, and clarity. Your support helps us reach more seekers on their path to self-discovery.